Welcome, boys and girls. Let's start streaming. Let's see what it goes. Oh my gosh, I need to have a haircut. Here we go. Again, I'll let you guys comment whatever, and I'll also take a look at Twitch comments as well. So I'll try to pop them up, and here we go. Let's wait for whoever will join now, and we start. So today we're going to talk about nothing in particular. We need to actually solve a problem that I faced up on production. I have a problem though with let me actually go to my project first and Vim dot. Yeah, I have the problem with that H5 player, something like that. H5, it's called H5, right? Audio player. Yeah, here you go. Oh, wait a second, who did PMPM on this project? Ah, probably it could be one of the collaborators actually. Very strange. All right, cool. Let's wait for everybody to join and then we start. Nice. So I will look first of all on Twitch to see if you guys are actually there already. If yes, then I'll take up the chat. Oh, hey Nicola, what's up? Ibrahim Kenway is also here. He said Sahash Bitkum, which means happy iftar, as we are actually doing Ramadan. Ramadan is the month when you don't eat anything from sunrise to sunset and so on and so forth. Yeah. Oh, Rev said that he saw a job online for my skills. Share it with me. Maybe I will apply and I will actually do an online interview, and where I distribute the interview for you guys and then just refuse the job. All right, so our goal actually for this month, let me just make it up straight. I want actually to get more views on Twitch. So I really appreciate these 3 people or 4 people, whoever always on Twitch. I really appreciate that, because on TikTok, yeah, we seem to have better viewership. That's really amazing because people tend to look at the live stream better and faster and all of that because of the scroll effect, and also for these flares that for some reason TikTok makes you distribute your live stream for like 1 million people in just 30 minutes. That's nice, but honestly I want also Twitch to be working fine. So what I'm gonna do, I think I will add Twitch into my into my link tree. Let me do it actually right now, and I will share it with you guys so you can be able to see it in action, and where you will also can go there and probably follow. So let me see, Twitch async stack, and I will add it as a link. I will call it Twitch though. Oh, there is, here we go, add Twitch link. This is Twitch and this is the URL. That's it. I think we are done. Display my Twitch chat. Interesting. Display my Twitch channel. Display my Twitch channel in chat. What does that even mean? I'll do this. Why not? That would be cool. Alright, I will wait for you guys to also join. Oh, I see a lot of people on TikTok already. What are you cooking? Today we are actually going to work on this white noise player. We are going actually to make it stream and buffering, so basically it will be buffering streams and not actually throwing the whole OGG file, like it can be 200 megabytes for some people, and that actually will help a lot. Let me also pop the chat from Twitch. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'll just put it there, and for some reason I need to make this smaller. All right, cool. Maybe this one as well, a bit small. That's nice. It's a bit bigger. Nice, cool. So Rev said, I think if you grow your channel, it will not be the same as it is right now. Now we can speak with you, but if you have like 1,000 viewers, it will be difficult. I mean, if I'm on 1,000 viewers, I think that would be a dream kind of come true, right? Because honestly, I get the point. People tend actually to not be caring much about who will watch and who will not be there. But at the same time, it's actually a very good thing to have, because you will be able also to distribute your stuff and be more encouraged maybe to work on stuff online, because then you will show your work to more people, right? That will be my goal actually. Can we make VS Code look like yours? Yeah, if you install Vim, you will be able to do a Night Owl extension. Actually, Shadi, there is one user whose name is Lancer. He told you about it. And welcome back, David. Welcome back, Lancer. Also, Shadi, I know you're here in the chat. I know all you are. So shout out to all of you. And also, we have viewers, actually newcomers, which is awesome. What are you cooking? Yeah, I just told you what I'm cooking, so we will work on that today. So Nicola said tomorrow he won't go to school, and just because of that he wants to have a 5 minutes video on how to push, commit, pull using Git and GitHub. I've made a project in React. I've made repos on GitHub. Now what to do? Perfect. I mean, now I can actually share with you my knowledge about that, and that probably is something that you want to see, right? So let me actually go here and go to my Excalibur favorite part. Let me actually delete everything from here, and we will use some stuff about GitHub. I will record this, and I will let you all be aware of this later on when I add it onto my video list. So you will have it on Instagram and stuff like that. And we will talk about Docker. We'll talk about a lot of things. I'll try to teach you guys everything that I know. Honestly, I'm here for you to just distribute knowledge, and knowledge should be for free. All right. So how does Git work, basically? Why Git is there, right? So whenever you create actually a Git repo, you will have always the word main as your source. So remember this word main as your source of truth for your current repo, right? Why main is there, and why people tend to actually sometimes to change its name to something else. Like there is main, there is actually remote main, they call it sometimes also, and so on and so forth. You can call it whatever you want, but the thing about this main is wherever you are working on a job and you are actually having tasks, you might want to take a snapshot of your version of that application at some given time, and you want to work on it so later on you can push it back, right? Same here, it can be the same thing, or you can actually pick the same snapshot again with another colleague of yours, and you will be able to push this snapshot into another Git branch, and then that branch will go to main, right? The funny thing about all of this is gonna be a lot of cumbersome, so you want to actually have more sources of truth or more sources of versioning that you will be able to work on them to make your code less vulnerable and also less, let's say, less conflicting, or you won't have as much conflicts on your project in terms of merge conflicts. So you will be able always to have a version that is sane and not insane in terms of coding, that you can deploy at some point, or you can do an npm run start, and it can start still and build still and do everything that you need to do. So in this case though, you need to know about how Git came up and why we called Git like a versioning system. Because as I said, if main is there, you need actually to have probably 3 phases now. Let's say develop. This is how it works, by the way, and stage, right? So stage is like, if I finish with developing, and this is tend to be like if you played before a video game, you will find out people actually coming up with patches. These patches tend to actually come from the dev branch all the time, and each time they have a new patch, they will call it the 0.1 patch. It will be the 0.2 patch. Whenever actually they have a very big patch where they change, for example, engine, or they change their context of how they work something, or they change like design or something like that, they will pick this into a new branch, and they will call that, for example, collective branch of a feature something, right? So feature 01. This feature 01 later on will be actually the update of 2.0 or 3.0 and so on and so forth, right? So they tend to do this like branches that are outside of dev and stage and main, just to update or patch their Git repo basically. And also you can find this in ChatCN, for example. If you go to the UI library, you will find a lot of kind of pushed versions like these that tend to be actually very big change. Like for example, when they added the dashboard, there was like a very big branch coming up from develop, and that is actually a good change where they probably will stop developing for like 3 days to see if the application still works as intended or not, or if the components are actually still sane or not. So they can write tests for that for sure, and they can continue working, but it's just an example that I'm given, right? So let's think about it now that you are working with a friend, right? So this is your main, right? And you have your develop here, right? And let's forget about stage because we honestly don't need it at this point. So this is t equals 0, which means that you both started this at a given time, and you want actually to move forward with working with your friend on a project, right? Let's choose a good color. So here you say, okay, from main, I will take the first snapshot to make develop. You can do it actually in the beginning of the project, so you will have always all of them like that. And the moment actually you finish developing a full thing, so for example here, let's say you're adding 10 stack router, right? You added 10 stack router, you tested the authenticated route, you tested the routes that are global, the routes that are public, and so on and so forth. And then you decided here to actually go to main and add that, so the application now in production will be using that. So what you need to do here is probably something called PR or a pull request, where you will be able to do the same thing that I just talked about here, like patching. But whenever someone else actually comes and do another task, he will just take this part into a new task, let's say task 02, which is doing 10 stack query, for example. Now he will be actually having 10 stack router there because you already did your PR before he starts creating his develop or his task branch, right? And by the way, we probably don't want to take our branches from main because we know that main is always there, but main tend to be actually having updates once in a month, let's say you deploy. So why not actually we work always on develop? That's when we take our tasks, and you will find all developers taking their tasks like this, right? But the funny part here, if you continue on a task 03, for example, and then you finished your task 03, you will always want to merge develop before you take a PR into develop again. Why you do this? So whenever someone else is actually maybe before you sent something here, then you will have it as well, and you will see your merge conflicts and everything will be right. So that's it. I mean, that's around it. So some guy said you look different, or I haven't been here for long. I mean, yeah, whenever I actually shave my beard, I look like 16 again. But the thing is, yeah, my beard usually is like this, and whenever I shave it, it's just I turn to be. I can actually escape with murder if I just change my look like that very suddenly. Cool. So this is it actually, and I actually appreciated that someone actually asked about GitHub here, and yeah, I will be able to explain to you more and more in the future. But yeah, learn this simple stuff. I'll make this into a video, very long one though, because we talked a lot, and hopefully you will have everything that you need. So ask as many questions now, and yeah, let's go. How do I use next auth in a server component? Use session is a hook and I can't work in server components. Interesting actually. So what we are trying to do here exactly, can you explain to me the premise of your application and what you are trying to do? So you have a use session hook, basically you get the profile, and you know exactly that it cannot work in a server component. So what I can tell you here, you can create a function as a route called get profile. That get profile, you can use it as a context also whenever you are outside of your React components. So then you call the API, you know if you have a GWT token or not, therefore it will work for you better. But when you are in React, you can use just to use auth. This is something that I did actually in my application as well. I can show you that. I have actually the main.tsx bar, yeah, here, where I actually passed the query as the query client itself. So now I know that the query client actually provides me with data, right? But the thing is that these data or these query clients, I can actually query the backend only when I'm authorized, right? But what if I am on the login page? So yeah, maybe I use that still query client as a pass it as a context outside of the auth provider, outside of this auth provider client. And that worked actually. Whenever you see my use session profile, I think it's called use auth. Yeah, or something else. Let me just check it. Auth context, yeah, this auth context here uses that exact query option, and it does exactly query the backend. Even though that you are actually not logged in, you still can query the backend to know if you are having a user or not. And this funny part here about the user data is just like a query function called get profile, as I told you, that queries the backend saying, hey, do I have a profile? Oh, I don't have a profile, it's 401. Then I won't log in this guy. should log in, yeah. Kind of like that, yeah. I make Java look so easy. It's JavaScript, by the way. Yeah, Quintessential said I look 15 years younger. That's correct, actually. Whenever I as I said, whenever I shave my beard, I look super young. Yeah, I have a boyish look, kind of. Yeah, so Nicola said he needs the functions, and he needs probably like how to do it. We can do a Discord call tomorrow, and we will talk about it. Tomorrow, maybe in the evening, before the stream, maybe 11 p.m. my time. Nicola on Twitch, what is it now? What time are you having now? I mean, you know, Lancer, I think that I also have a problem with reading docs. I myself have a very big problem with reading docs, actually. Yeah, I actually don't know. I honestly read docs like scan docs. You know what? Whenever you start reading something, okay, let me go to 10stack query, maybe 10stack.com, and then I will share with you my screen. All right. So whenever I'm here, I will just be like reading what is in here. Okay, 10stack router. Okay, let me open, get started. I will not even bother. Go. The first time that I check I see some code, I will stop. So here I won't actually read anything here. Okay, so here they said, hey, where do you use this? I will go here, installation, go here. Okay, this is interesting. So I use npm, copy that, go down, nothing more. Okay, quick start, move. Oh yeah, okay, now I get it. My ESLint vite config needs also to have a 10stack router vite plugin, which means that without that plugin, nothing works. Okay, move on. Read this part. Okay, then he actually explains how to create a route. Now a route doesn't actually need to return a component directly. Probably I can return the DevTools, and everything inside this outlet will be my application. Everything here will be my header. This is the 10stack DevTool that will be available there for me to see which route I am on, so on and so forth. And I just read code, right? I know if I can read this, it will take me an era to actually finish it. So for me, I tend to just read the code. I mean, yeah, it works like that. Oh, my Discord link expires in my link tree. I will just update it right now. Thanks for letting me know. I will actually update it right now. Let me do that. I'm opening actually Discord just now, so I can invite people. There is this streamer thingy that I need to disable first, and then invite people. Here we go. I will go on my link tree right now, and I will update it. Where is it? Discord. Yep. Yeah, I think it tends to expire. All right, it's updated. I will actually put on Twitch as well some icon if I could. Is there an icon? Set a thumbnail. Choose it from a table. Twitch. Awesome. Also, I put Twitch over there. So guys, you can go to Twitch as well, and you will find the full screen. You can actually tend to know stuff. And this is actually all my links here. So I added it so you can see now my link tree. Where is it? How can I actually see it? Share, here you go. I think I can just go here, link tree. Yeah, here we go. So now I have the full link tree part. You have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have also my email. You have also a NordVPN deal. I talked to them, they sent me an email about working with them. If someone actually buys NordVPN through my deal, I will get like some cut or something like that, but it's not really worth it. If you need it, just do it. I tend to see no 70% anywhere else, so that's really good. I like negotiated a good deal for that. And there is GitHub for sure. This application that I have behind me, by the way, is on my GitHub. It's called White Noise, and you can go here and contribute. We have Novsky here. Hey mate, how are you? How's it going? Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, you have midnight as well, Nicola. I think I will also be on the same time, so we can do it during the day if you want. Yeah, they actually do a lot of shady stuff. I mean, yeah, that's why they actually contacted me. A very, a very small creator. I actually gained nothing out of it. I'm stupid. I should have actually asked for money. I mean, I was really naive. I was like, hey, does my users gain anything for this? Ah, okay. All right, I will give them that for free. And that's it. I mean, yeah, I should have actually. I seem to be sometimes very naive when it comes to deals. Um, I was about to say thank you. Hey, Nana. Right. All right, cool. Ah, you're a vibe coder. So do you guys know what is a vibe coder? Man, this is like a new thing for me. Anybody in the chat knows what is a vibe coder? All right, so there is actually this notion right now called the vibe coder. Actually, if you can Google it, I don't think that you'll find a lot of things about it. Actually, my Google doesn't know about it. Yeah, so here, as you see, a lot of TikToks about like that. But this is vibe coding thingy is an AI dependent programming, which means that right now you just fire up Cursor. That's what people actually use with Cloud Sonnet or whatever. And they start actually to describe problems to Sonnet. Hey, can I create an auth context? Hey, can I create this? Can I create that? And the LLM actually starts to generate software for them, which is very funny because what about testing? What about that? No, you can still actually vibe with your LLM and actually tell him, hey, can you please write this for me, write this for me, write this for me, write this for me. And you will start like writing a full application from zero, like a pro. I mean, at the end, you can actually make it happen. As now, actually, our LLMs in Cursor, I think they tend to see the whole application. Not like before, you with Copilot, you need to actually specify which folders you need to look into, but now they have the full access for some reason. No privacy anymore. They do whatever they want. And that's really good. But yeah, I want actually to show you this ball.new part. So as we know, guys, we are actually building a white noise app. I actually can ask this Bolt, build me a white noise app where I have a header, let me see, a timer, and what else? A white noise player, and also a placeholder for putting a YouTube video in case I don't like any of the white noises. Also, I will make him actually strict here because we will shift him towards what we are doing with our application. So I will say I will use DanceStack. Okay, let's do this. Router query, and let's make it even better, and state. So we are not using any state, actually we're using context and stuff like dummy stuff, but for me, I want to see this working. So what this will do now, it will actually create vibe code with me basically, and makes a website in a second. And then it takes now is updated the package.json. Actually, it knew what to do. There you go. Look at this. I mean, does this look similar? I mean, at this point, I feel like it's looking at my code, literally, like. And look at this. I have the timer. I have the same thing. Let me show you. Let me show you here. I have the same thing. Here you go. I have my source, my routes. Where can I find the stuff? Actually, when I installed DanceStack Router, I tend to actually lost everything. I was actually checking the backend. But here are my routes. Here are authenticated routes. Then you go to index. You'll find everything. I have the white noise blobs and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. The layout, the Pomodoro effect. Here you go. Is playing, is not. Focus timer, break timer, blah, blah, blah. Is active, is not. And so on and so forth. So what is this doing now is just actually making things work. And then guess what? It deploys. But yeah, seems like there is an attempt to fix here. Okay. I think the npm install didn't work properly, but if I can preview this will be amazing. Okay, it's updating again. So the moment I actually decided to show you this, it started to have problems. But look at this, header, timer, white noises. So is playing, is not. I actually want to know what it's using for this. Use sound. Interesting. I didn't know this exists. Well, I used the React v5 player. YouTube player, here you go. This is the same. What the fuck? Like, look at this. Get video ID. What? Look what is happening here. Const get video ID, and then it is still in my code, right? Let me actually show you this. Helper. Look at this. The only difference that this is called strip video ID. That's it. That's the only difference, literally. And this is gonna be called get video ID and uses the same regex and matches everything. It does the same thing. It does the same little thing. Oh my gosh, like this is really strange, man. Like honestly, this is strange. And then let me preview this. It's not previewing for some reason. But yeah, it's like clear that it's fine. Yeah, I tend actually to ask it again. Maybe if it actually returns something, I will show it to you. But whenever I tried this before, it works perfectly actually. Right now it's giving us another, yeah, it's the same thing, same but different. Here it's using intervals. That's smart actually. Yeah, the bouncer also there is good. Yeah, same thing here. Okay, this is bad. Probably form there would be better. Okay, nice. Look at that. All right, guys. I mean, what do you think about this? Is this the future or not? I cannot say anything about it, but at the same time, I think this is the future. So yeah, a lot of comments. Let me run them again. I am live on YouTube as well. I am live everywhere actually. Kick, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you want to search me, you will find me. And actually, I tend actually to open the comments right now, so you can actually also comment with links if you want guys to share your resumes or share your websites or whatever that you created. I will be happy also to check that. Cool. So why are you spending so much time in learning these things now? I actually tend to learn just because I want to, and I want to actually be just adjusted to the market in the sense that I actually want to become a 10x engineer. It's like a stupid thing to say, but I'm learning JavaScript to its core. Oh, actually my baby is crying, yeah, but his mom actually just went to him right now, so all good. Yeah, I have a 9 months kid. He's really very cute, but lately he's been teething, and that's why he sometimes really cries a lot. But yeah, the mic is kind of like distributing all the noises for you guys. Yeah. Thanks, bro. Thanks for the follow. All right, so how is this working? So here we have a guy who actually shared his website. Come on, guys, share your websites if you have like not websites, but share your applications maybe. I'll actually tend to check everything that you have and see how that works. So share your GitHubs, that will be better. So now we have here a friend of ours who shared this. He's a Harvard University guy, I think. Faris Belushi, is that your name? Yeah, nice. Yeah, I consistently learn. That's what I tend to do. All right, cool. Let me actually check this one as well. So I will open in all the URLs that I am seeing from you guys, and I will see what will work or not. Oh, is this something that you built, Rev? Like this cost of living comparison thingy, right? Yeah, can you share with me your GitHub, because you did share using GitHub.io. I think just share the link for your GitHub and we will tend to see it, everything there. How long will I be live? I actually do live streams daily for around 3 hours per day. So now we are just 30 minutes. We still have 2 hours and a half, or maybe 2 hours only. I don't know. Oh, okay. So our friend Rev here, let me start with this. He did actually a website with WordPress, so he probably knows PHP better than me. And I don't use PHP, by the way, at all. And he kind of compares like two cities. And I think he's German as well, so here he has like the comparison between what is this, like an apple, an orange kilogram by kilograms, and something like that. So in Aachen, actually, an apple kilogram costs more than Munich. Maybe, yeah, it's actually close. Let me see, actually Düsseldorf or something like that. Okay, how can I write this? Let's see, Köln maybe. I don't know, my keyboard is not German, so oh, I actually can see something else. Okay, let's do Belgrade. Okay, it's not there. Let's do Paris. It's not there. No, Paris should be there, right? All right, so yeah, it tends to be like sometimes Paris is higher and sometimes it's cheaper. Yeah, cool. I mean, this is a really good thing. Thanks for sharing. That's awesome. Let me see actually if you guys also have your GitHubs. That will be better to check. This is JavaScript, yeah. This is JavaScript, but stupid JavaScript in behind me. So I'll actually show you what I was working on. Today I wanted to just work on this white noise player, where I actually use the audio player like this. But now that I know that there is a React audio player, another one that we can use, I think I will tend to use it better. Yeah, you can better use the regex for all different YouTube URLs. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. GDPR compliance mandatory for apps and sites, even if only Google collects data. Interesting. Yes and no. Sometimes GDPR is more important to you than others, because sometimes if you are in university and you'll say, hey, I have an MBA, right? To distribute to people, to give people like to actually study in your university. And the GDPR says if you are coming from Brazil, then you would pay only 3,000 euros for it, because in Brazil we know that 3,000 euros seems to be big money, right? If you're saying that you're coming for Switzerland, so your price will be 10,000 euros. So you will have a small GDPR section where actually you will do it like that, saying, hey, compared to this and that, so people don't sue you, right? Compared to living in here and living in there, you will just actually have to pay less because of this and this and this, right? So that's it. I mean, that's how it goes. Where do you see this? The typing, what they're showing now is TypeScript. Yeah, before it wasn't. Yeah, before it was just helper functions. But yeah, so now we have the GitHub from our first Belushi friend. He doesn't actually have a lot of repos, but I will share that. He shared actually one of his application. It's like the political quiz one. So we will check this one. And everybody who here is learning, so he seems to be learning HTML. He's having a lot of problems here when he called the extension html.html. But I think this is totally fine. Let's see which one actually contains the most comments and stuff like that. So yeah, he's working properly in index.html. So that's the file, right? So let's go back there and check it. So here you go. He's doing like some style, so he's learning, right? But the funny thing is that sometimes you find people learning good stuff. I found someone actually learning these keyframes to build like a game where you actually can move something, stuff like that. It's totally powerful thing, because if you ask me right now, I still don't know. Even like I'm close to like a senior developer right now, I can consider myself even better. But the thing is that this translate X and rotate and blah 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 always confuses me. So it's really good to see people actually trying to learn. He has his all classes actually there, but also don't try to discourage people to see them actually working on code like this. Yeah, it's just the fact that they are learning, so that's fine. Okay, he told me like to click on something else. Let me actually go to his there. Yeah, here you go. Political ideology finder. This is the one he wants actually to distribute. Yeah, seems like also it uses the same thing. So this is his final project, and he has some handlers. Show question, for example, he gets the element of the bot response and then question something. This should be an array of some questions. Yeah, here you go. And should freedom of speech include hate speech? Yeah, so this is kind of like a political thingy. Yeah. Nice. I mean, this is awesome. Continue working like this. I mean, the only thing that we can give our friends here is the roadmap part. So you need to check this out first. You need to actually go and check the roadmap. You will learn a lot. I will actually put it here. That's what I can share with you, so you know actually what to learn next. But yeah, good job. Keep going. And yeah, I will also look at anything else that you guys share. So Rev here said that he paid someone for his comparison thingy. Bun or Dino? I think I will hop into Bun better because it's more new lately. It has a lot of updates and stuff like that. But I still use Node. Is Bun on Rust or Dino on Rust? I don't know. Which one is built on Rust? Because I know that people actually like Rust built stuff, right? I would like me like a Rust terminal that I will build myself, but I actually don't have the time for that. Dino and Rust. Yeah, Dino seems also great for that then. Okay, so Faris actually had a 6 hour course on CSS and HTML, and he built all of that with vibe coding. That's epic. I use NeoVim, yeah, and I don't have AI installed in it. That's why I use it, so I can actually have code in the tip of my fingers. I tend actually not to care much about AI lately because I feel like it's too much like of like everybody's talking about AI. It just feels right now as if it's just a time bubble where people will talk about it, and then in 2 years nobody will actually say anything about AI. So for me, it's yeah, I tend not to use it much. Bun built on Zig. Yeah, Zig also is great. Actually, what else is built? I think the Ghosty terminal is built on Zig, but I thought that Zig is also like under the hood will be actually a bit of Rust there. Yeah, I take advantage of AI to help me sometimes with regex, with functionalities. But honestly, you don't want to be a senior engineer where people actually ask you a question and be like, yeah, I will ask ChatGPT 1 second. That's bad. Yeah. Okay, what LLM is the best, I guess, for coding problems? I think Claude will be the best. I think the Claude Sonnet or whatever it's called, 3.7 or whatever. Yeah, that's nice. Cool. How many people actually are watching on Twitch? That's nice. I have 8 people watch on Twitch. Perfect. And 65 on TikTok. Seems like TikTok is really going well all the time. But I want to actually, I think I need to reach out to 150 viewers so I can be affiliated also on TikTok. I think 150 current viewers watch me to code. That's impossible. Impossible. Nobody will do it actually. Okay, so Nick is a vibe coder and he learned Express better without AI. Okay, but what course did you use to learn Express? Nicola said the urge that I have right now to start up my laptop and try to Git a thing is crazy. I mean, by the way, Nicola, Git is there for you to version your app. It's not there for you to just learn something that will find you a job like in a second or something like that. Don't get it as if like Git is very hard. Git is hard only when you don't understand how to solve conflicts, I think. But yeah. Okay, Novsky actually shared the link. Let me see, what is that? And let's talk about it. He has actually an application that he worked on. Okay, this is a full application, I think, using in servers and using also clients, which means that, oh, this is 4 years ago. Is Devin new at least 5 years ago? 5 years ago. So this is the master is the newest one. So he worked on server sides. Let's see what he has here. Package.json directly. That's where we can see stuff. Nest. Okay. Rimraf this. Nice. So he actually tends to rebuild stuff and then move forward. Yeah, this is some extra stuff for me. So this is how Nest works. Nest start watch. So it watches for some station, probably because of TypeScript. Let me see if there is anything here that we can check, like app controller or app model, app services. Let's see app services, what we have here. Okay, so it's just a function for sanity, I suppose. Let's check auth. Oof. Okay. Auth spec. So this is kind of like the test files and auth controllers. This is where he did all his auth stuff. So register, session, logout. We can actually get a lot of knowledge from this one, because here he sounds like he knows what he's doing. So you only can use the auth controller privately, which means if you actually call this auth controller while you're not logged in, you will see nothing and you will get nothing. Therefore, you'll be redirected. What else? There is this login page here. It's a request. I don't like actually this. This is more of Java Spring Boot to me than JavaScript actually. But Novsky, how many times did it take you to actually learn this? How long did it take you to do this actually? My goal is to be full stack developer with an understanding of pen testing tool like Kali. Okay, so then you are more into cybersecurity than front end. But you know, you can be very, 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 very strong hacker if you become good with front end. Like you can build like a mock of a website like Amazon or whatever, and you inject it like with reverse shells or whatever files. You will be unstoppable. I tend actually to do that when I was young, like 14, 15. I used to do a lot of reverse shells. I actually can do reverse shells infinitely, even now. Nobody will detect them. But I don't like that. I don't like people to actually infect other people's PCs just for fun. Oh, you built it in a month, but this was 4 years ago, man. This is impressive for me actually to see it like this. Yeah, quintessentials. Yeah, I actually once was on live stream. I actually shared my screen, and I was actually saying, "Hey, can I actually go to my VM and connect and see what is my IP address for some reason?" And I opened my VM, and the first thing that opened up was actually a reverse shell like screen that telling me, "Hey, you connected recently to 8 more computers" or something like that. So I was actually interested in making and have like a big botnet where I can actually do like stupid stuff like mine on other PCs or whatever like that. But that's illegal, by the way. So whenever I remember whenever the first reverse shell worked for me, and the Windows didn't know how to what is happening, so I actually could obfuscate. Well, that's what we call obfuscation like in the word of Netcat and stuff. So the obfuscation, when the moment it works, you lose lust for it. Like you lose it. You'll be like, okay, I won't do it anymore because then this is normal, right? And I remember doing that with Metasploit. I think I took like the base one, and I found like something else from Venom. I think it's called Venom. You can search it actually on YouTube. There is a website about a program called Venom that also does reverse shells on command, where you actually can type your port to forward, and then you actually get the shell directly there. But it will take you a lot of works because a lot of newbies go and use it like that without obfuscation, and then they end up actually in a position where uh, Microsoft knows about this now because 14-year-olds already or 12-year-olds kids already trying to hack each other, and everybody see it on their Defender. So I took the same code, literally. I went there, I obfuscated it once, obfuscated it twice, went to all the variables, changed their values, made them like GWT token variables. So if you have var, for example, const array equal, I take this array and make it like literally as long as a GWT token. And moved like from there, moved, and then it became like obfuscated 100%. And yeah, annotations. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So yeah, he's talking here about the Git part. Welcome Pro Evils to the chat. He's on Twitch. So what are those at UseGuard, at Git? Yeah, these are the annotations. They seem to be used more in Spring Boot, as I said. I think I don't like Nest, honestly, because of that, because I never used Java professionally. So this for me seems like a bit not redundant or something, a bit too much. I'd like to write my Express kind of controllers into their own files, like I do them myself. But now we are looking at a project that was done 4 years ago by our friend Novsky, and he tend actually to understand the whole thing correctly. So this one probably will be used as a middleware. And here I like that this is a private. So basically the approach is that you cannot actually call this outside of the auth context or the auth controller when you are logged out. So whenever you don't have the servers available for you, then it means that you will redirect automatically to a login page or either registration page. But yeah, there's a session. Oh, wait a second. Why he's getting password? And okay. Here I was thinking the session will return direct.user directly. Yeah. But this one is a bit weird. I don't know. This can be hijacked at some point. I don't know. But yeah, the logout part seems like to be the easiest. But yeah, async await direct.logout and then res. Seems like an extra step there, but all good. Yeah, I like this. Let me see actually whatever. Look what he wrote actually in the auth itself. Look how many files. Auth services. Validate user. Okay, this is his middleware part for validation, I think. Private user service, and then there is a promise of use no password. Okay, so he's now omitting the password for some reason. I think so. Users no password. Compare bcrypt, blah blah blah, and then you get that, return result, otherwise return null. This is the same as I did with the passport config, I think. Yeah. Awesome. Nice. Thank you for sharing, mate. That's really awesome. All right, so today we will talk about a new problem. Actually, this problem is bugging my head a lot. So you remember actually we did Coolify, right? Let me actually go here and take you to my white noise app. This is the front end. Let me take the link, blah, 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 blah. And then here we go. And then we will try now to connect. When we connect, everything seems to be working fine. But when I try to stream a white noise, seems that there is a problem. Oops, 1 second. Whenever I try actually to stream a white noise, seems like it gets stuck for some reason, right? So what is happening? I think I have a problem now. Did I click login correctly? Failed with status of backend problem. Okay, interesting. Is frontend running? Backend should be running as well. Yeah, maybe I should refresh this. Interesting. Let me log in again. Or maybe I lost it. Actually, I lost something here. Let me check the network tab, and the login seems to be user not found. Interesting. I think I have another user for this, or I will just create a new one. I'll put the same actually configuration here, and I will name him. I'll name my name. So basically here we will go correctly on this part. And then if I log in, all good. So this is what I wanted to show you now, is that I can go fetch XHR, clean everything, refresh this. All right, what is this log event thingy? Maybe it's a serialized event for a content. I don't know. React. Okay. All right, cool. Then let me go back. Sorry for that. I just need to make sure that I'm seeing something rightful. So now I will test just with this one. It's there. All right, so cool. The thing is, now I will try actually to run this. You see what's happening? It's actually flickering somehow. It's working, and then it's not there anymore. And I tend not that I cannot move this, and as you see, it's stuck at 0 for some reason. So I actually need to know why, because the names of these files, I actually get them from the files themselves. So I know that I got the file, but for some reason the source for this is wrong for some reason. Maybe let me check this one. Source assets. Interesting. It won't be available for sure if it's there. Crazy. Actually, it should be. If something is inside assets, you can just delete that one and access downloads directly. And as you see, it's not there. So whenever I actually put it, so it's not finding it and finding it at the same time. For some reason now I'm actually not knowing what is happening. And this is production, by the way. So what could be the problem? I have no idea, but we need to find out why. I was thinking actually maybe we can stream the white noise in small bunches, like small parts, and see if that will work. Because now I see. Okay, let me show you the white noise player. That's why I wanted actually to prove a point here. So the white noise player takes a path, title, and class name. So the title here is actually what you see as coffee there. So the coffee white noise. So the title is there. The only thing that seems not to be there is the source correctly. So the source here needs to be updated in a good way. So I need to ask you now, see, should these OGG files need to be in a public folder? Interesting. I probably wanna be in the public folder, right? That's a good thing. All right, I will actually take them. I will copy them. I will copy them from here, push them to the public folder. Therefore, it might be actually a better thing to do. But before we do that, we need to make sure that the application works. Let me actually try that very quickly. By the way, how are you guys on Twitch? Are you having fun? I don't see a lot of comments, but yeah, obvious source shouldn't be there. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Check how you're creating the pass. Yeah.
I can show you that 100%. So for me, how I create the path, how I create it fast. Yeah, it's in the main.tsx. Yeah, I have a function. It's called get blobs or something like that. An index, sorry. Not index.html, index.tsx. Not this one. Come on, index.tsx there. Seems like, yeah, here we go. Yeah, so I'm using actually this function. I think I remember it. Oh, yeah, let me see. Let me show you. I think I know. Let me open a new tab. And this tab will go to helper functions and helper utils. So you see how I get them. Actually, the sound assets are coming from at, basically the source here, asset, and then downloads, which is wrong because they should be coming from, what did I do? Should be coming probably now because they are in the public folder from directly downloads like that, right? Does that make sense? I think so. Maybe we can stop the application because we actually changed a route. It could be a bit crucial. So we need to change the application into dev mode now and check. Cool. Yeah, let me check it myself now just to make sure that it works finally, and then I will share my screen 1 second. So I will leave Qualify there and I will use the localhost part. And interesting. And then I will connect here and I'll share my screen again. Are you going to redo the UI at some point? I need to redo the UI, but it's like, you know, when you play the video game for like 3 days and then you don't want to do it anymore because you stopped playing for 1 week and you forgot the controls. That's what happened to me. I did this whole thing like stupidly like this, and now I feel like I lost the control. Yeah, so I just want to just get used to it again, like see again the layout, rewrite the layout, because I made it in grids and now I hate it. I will explain to you what I mean by I made it in grids. The UI seems messed up. Maybe I will take everything again from ChatCN and move forward. Yeah. So you see here we have a problem. Why is that? Because this one now is wrong. So let's try. Let's see where is assets. Assets is inside source. So if we do this like that, because we know Windows, right? We know I said Windows. We know the. Oh man, it's not loading anything for some reason. Let me inspect console. Okay, you know what? Let me go into here. Import the globs, blah 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 from. Yeah, I think I will just write public for sake of it, just to try. And then refresh here. Okay, it's not getting anything still. I need to find out why. Let me try. Let me try all possibilities actually. What would be? I will ask Google. Actually, this is gonna be import metaglobe, right? How can I import with metaglobe from public folder? I think important path from public folder by import metaglobe. Oh, they're opening actually. Oof. Oh gosh, this is wrong. I'm having the same problem. So people actually having a lot of problems regarding this, but nobody seems to actually fix it. Okay, let me check again. Oh, it doesn't also work on production. How to use directory in vite build. Interesting. They were saying that probably lazy loading here would be the best option for you to actually load these ones, because they tend to be loaded asynchronously and not. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do right now is just gonna share with you my screen again and show you the docs, because here I think we need to just read the doc completely. So it says like, yeah, if you want to actually import assets as from there, you can read them from assets directly, but I want to actually read something from the public folder. So what I'm gonna do actually is just gonna do this. Oops. Let me do dot slash. So this seems to be because we are in helper now, and if I go dot slash, I will find only utils, right? And then dot again. So this is kind of like the source part and the public part, and then we can do downloads and we can do anything. And actually we can do it like this. There's this possibility that you also can try with piping actually OGG files or MP3 files like that. And seem actually that this is not only not the only option though, but seems like something good. No point in streaming if you're gonna do that. If it's in public folder, they are all easily downloadable. Yeah. Then if it works for us right now and I can actually read them on production, then it will actually be streamed automatically, right? Because whenever you click, you will be loading it based on your network, right? Let me know if maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, it's all good. Like and share the live. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Quintessential, for being helpful here. We have some newbies on the chat. Oh, some guy said try. Oh, that actually can be a good idea. If I just go like this. First of all, let me go my my solution. That is a bit dumb, I know, but it might work. Let me see now. If I refresh, yeah, they are there, right? But not there here. No, they are not there yet. So there's something wrong, right? Let me just try network tab and files, all basically. And I see nothing coming up. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I actually have an idea from the chat. It is actually to go like this and just put double asterisk. That's what it's called. Double asterisk here probably will mean that anywhere from the repo, just get me these white noises. But seems also that doesn't work for some reason. Okay, maybe we need to stop something because it seems like it is having trouble. I still have my token, so it should log. Okay, something is wrong. Interesting. What is wrong here? The API profile part. But I'm logged in, right? Let me just actually get that token away. Clear side data. And then let's go back. Alright, so there is an option or an error here that's happening. With the backend probably. So here was sig int node mount problem. Oh man, what? Okay, let me run again. Yeah, okay, now I can log in again. Seems this is a problem, right? Unauthorized still. Application token is there. There is no redirect for some reason. Okay, what is happening right now seems to be from that. What we just added right now. Alright, let me just go back to this the way it was and then check. Okay, so the dynamic importation is wrong. Ah, yeah, so the index.tsx, the importation was actually working wrongly. So now let me refresh again. Okay, now we will try to log in into the application one more time. Nice, but it still doesn't do that. Cool. Alright guys, what should we do in this case? Ask Google again, right? Or read the documentation. So here we have APIs, plugin, blah blah blah, JavaScript API, interaction environments, plugins, frameworks, import, public folder. How to import from public folder in Beat. Honestly, this is static asset handling, and we are actually having a problem with this. But I don't want to actually import just one thing. I want to just import the paths. So I know that you guys think, yeah, why he doesn't actually import all the files like this, right? Yeah. Correct. So the thing is here, our friend said, hey, maybe you need actually to check why it's not working. So maybe actually you go into this sound assets and you try it. So I know that I used it somewhere else. So, oh, actually I have it here in the sounds array here. Where is the sound assets? Sound assets, sound assets. Yeah, white noise blobs, I called it for some reason. White noise player, white noise blobs. Let me see why. White noise. Sounds assets I called. Alright, so sounds assets are there. I will just actually console log them here just for fun. Console log sounds assets. And I will make this one surrounded by that and just put it here so I know exactly what I'm logging in, right? Cool. Let's try the application now. You wasn't actually seeing my screen. Yeah. So what we are getting here, as you see, is an empty object. Interesting. Very interesting. Time for S3, I guess. I actually don't see the premise for Fusion S3 here at all. Honestly, yeah. But good idea, actually. Very good idea. NeoVim, yeah, it's NeoVim. Someone said Neocon. Yeah, it's a NeoVim. Nice, cool. So let me actually check why. So now it should be with this option here, why it's not working. I will actually also go again and try just /downloads like that. It might also be something. Let me just refresh this one. And /downloads also returned nothing. So let me actually just do it without this OGG thingy. Maybe it's actually tackling me for some reason. Interesting, nothing as well. Okay, let me just do one thing for sure. Is that I'll just import one file. Let's do it like that. Interesting. This seems to be, man, I don't know. This seems to be giving me everything that I need. Or actually, if I do add source, actually it was being assets, sound assets. No. Downloads. No. At this moment, I actually don't understand what is happening. But let me just do it like that. Public downloads. And I'll try to get one. This doesn't work, right? Because you need to parse intermediate string letters. Okay. I'll just put this again here. Interesting. Oh, some problem here. What is happening? 1 second. Wait a second, I think there's a problem here. Why it's like that though? What? Oh, okay, so this needs to be only here. Okay, I got the point. Now I got it. Alright. I need just to work on the string here and not actually do any parentheses. So let me just do it again. Public and then download, and then I'll just do this one. So now I'm porting one file. Oh, okay, one file came in. Yeah, which is good. Hello there. Hello everybody. Do LeetCode hard and I'll sign you to 500. What does that mean, actually? So the problem actually to load these all, like these OGG files, and right now as you see the OGG file is actually coming as a path, which is correct. The only thing now I need to do is just to make sure that I load all of them. So if I put here asterisk again, does that take all of them? Yes, it does. Okay, what? And it works. So now that I get them from the public folder, what I don't like is this dot 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 dot. I thought that public folder can be accessed like that. Let me just try again. Am I tripping? Am I actually tripping? Like, why now does it work? Maybe because I restarted the application several times or something. Caching, I don't know. If the sound files are hosted within the React app, then what does the backend do? Actually, the backend just for handle the handle auth right now, and I was thinking that I will store them in the database. That's why I did the backend. But then everybody agreed in the chat that storing them in the database will be so much computing, so we will leave them in the front end. But give us your idea about what you mean to store them in the backend. Do you need us actually to call an API to get them, or something else? Maybe you have another idea. Maybe explain it to us at the moment, so I can understand what you need to do. Yeah. No, I was thinking to store in the database as a blob, basically, to store it literally as a file. Yeah. So not what you said basically there. Yeah. All right. So now I feel like what Quintessential said also might work, because we are actually getting everything from. Okay, you know what? I will try this now. OGG and dot pipe thingy, MP3, like that. But does it need to be like blob? Is not a good idea. Yeah, I mean, if we are computing a lot, it should be not. Okay, let me just npm run dev again. Oh, we have a problem now. I think that's wrong then. This should be not like that, or this should be spaced for some reason. It says that wouldn't work for us because simply it would be wrong to do it. I think we have an error. All right, so I will just return it as it was. Yeah, download public folder. Yeah. Cool. But where do you keep the physical files? Right now, I was thinking also if I'm going to take them in the backend, store them in a folder or something like that. But the physical files right now are in actually the front end, if you're asking. So here you go, source. Now they were an asset. Now they are in public folder actually here. It's not backend, by the way. This is public folder for React, and they are on download here. Yeah, it seems the path is outside the React application. Yeah, it's not actually. Isabel asks, what am I building? I'm actually building white noise applications since a month now. I was trying to stream them because I thought that streaming them will fix my problem. But then everybody agreed that if I just put them in the public folder and try again to push these changes that I just did to the prod, it might work. So let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let's stop here. Okay, we did change their position, right? Because the path doesn't start from source anymore, right? And we have our file. So what I need to do here is just to go LG, right? And actually push this to develop. So we change the public downloads and we change the UTL part to take from public. And we said console log this part. Actually, this one needs to be discarded. And this is it, right? And then I will commit. So saying, hey, changing the path for the blobs, let's say. And then once I do that, I'll actually push this and I'll switch to main.
and it takes so much time for some reason. Yeah, because changing files, right? And I will merge develop, and it's taken so much as well because these files are 300 megabytes. Cool. So now my Qualify instance should be doing well with this, because now it should be actually trying to add a new front end running for some reason, deploying, maybe deployments. Here you go. It's starting deployment just right now. And yeah, let's see if that works. I'm using NeoVim as a code editor, and I'm using also Nerdfont's JetBrains Mono theme. Oh, wait a second. Font is JetBrains Mono, and the theme is Tokyo Night. Yeah, the path is actually inside the React application. If you start something with /public, it should be inside. If you are inside also the public, inside the React application folder. What company I work for? I work for 2 companies now, SFC and Adobe. It's two different things. One, Adobe, I'm just helping them with their AT offer, so I'm working as a contributor. Nothing like, not like a real job, but I still get paid for it. And with SFC, I'm working as a front-end developer, trying to get my way in around React Hook Forms and Zod. All right, so let's wait for this to work out. Let me check there if there's something. Yeah, so there's git cache. That's why it's taken too long. Boom, 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 boom. Let me take off this extra data. I think there's the hide debug. Let's wait. Oh, here our friend gave us like other stuff to do. Nice. So Quintessential said that we can use the /directed.hrg or directly/mp3. Actually, all of them are inside that download folder, so we can just get everything from there, right? Should be fine. So here someone actually said he wants to get front-end jobs. By the way, I didn't tell you about my interview. So on my interview, they didn't ask me any deep like questions or something. They asked a lot about contexts. That was good, like hooks in general, how to write, what is prop drilling, how to get rid of prop drilling, how to kind of actually pass like a callback function for setting a state into like the child component, and how you'll call it there. You will call it basically on a callback function as well. Otherwise, how to set a context for a theme, something like that, something like real job stuff that you can find on a daily basis. And it was actually really good. I feel like I aced it. So I will let you know next week or 2 weeks from now, because they still didn't reply on me. And that's it. And if you want to actually know a lot about deployments and things that I used here on Qualify, I will actually do a README file about everything that our friend on Twitch teached us, and I will be able actually to just mark them down, like what I used as VM, what kind of application I'm trying to upload, how I actually added my environment variables, and I will add that into a video, and everything will be streamed correctly. Yeah. What are good resources to learn about deployment environments, etc.? I seem to find everything good for me in Front-End Masters. For some reason, I like Front-End Masters a lot. They have everything you need as a front-end developer. Font was JetBrains Mono Nerd font. I'll write it in the chat. So JetBrains Mono Nerd font. You will find it there. Why it's taken a million years to actually deploy? Nicola, did you already Git? You did it. Nice. So Nicola actually is trying to learn Git, and he went there and he merged probably 2 branches, and he did it. By the way, Nicola, Pro Evils here is a senior JS developer. He can help you a lot. I think ask him as many questions. All right, so we are successful. Very good. Now we go back actually to this part, where for some reason we need to deploy again and run again. Okay, there's a problem here. Seems like we are actually getting rid of our database each time, you see? Yeah, you can send me a repo to check.
I will look into it like in 10 minutes or so. So now we have a network part here, the login part, the profile is not there, the login part saying that the preview user is not there. Interesting. So each time I need to sign up again. I need to check this later on, but yeah, no problem. Yeah. All right, no problem. Let's go again. So I think the MPX Prisma generate should be there, but I think the MPX Prisma migration is happening, so it's already new stuff. So let's see. It's not working. Oh man, same problem. Let me check, man. Why is that happening? All right, maybe it's blocking it because it's not secure for some reason. It might be the issue actually. Let me see what I can do about this. Security block allow. I will allow some content. So probably because of SSL, right? Let me try again. That's something that I might actually have a problem with. Network. All right, all. Oh, okay. They seem to be there and not running. Interesting. Anybody knows what's happening? I mean, for this second, I think there is a problem. But yeah, I see them here, and the preview or this, the response is just nothing. So the preview should be. Yeah, I will go into this and see if I can actually find that OGG. Oh. Okay. Alright, I knew the problem now. So the public folder shouldn't be actually stated. Public shouldn't be stated at all. For some reason, right? Let me check again. And here it doesn't work. Interesting. How is this going to work? Man. Okay, let me check something out, because at this point I need to actually check if the environment, then I will change it up. In this case, it's not working even when I put public there. Public works fine on develop though, but doesn't work on prod, because on prod it needs to be / directly downloads. Interesting. So we need to have both URLs there. Okay, I think I have an idea. Let me just copy this. What should we do, guys? Can you elaborate on this? I'll read your comments. Yeah. All right, I will check your GitHub, by the way, no problems. Yeah, so I think in development, actually, what I'm reading right now, it says / public is always accessible from the root. In production, files inside public are served as static, so we don't need actually public at all, right? Yeah. Nice. So here we actually need to get rid of this public once and for all. But though, Yeah, the thing is that we can do something very funny, which is basically to npm run build for this. So this is this folder, tracks was here, assets was here, right? So right now what we're gonna do is just to deliver them inside here, basically into a download folder probably, or something like that. So what I'm gonna do is just to do npm run build. This should be triggering actually the white noise to build, which is cool. It doesn't have any problems with TDSLint or something like that. But now our dist contains downloads folder, you see? So we don't need public there. That's 100%. But for now, for development though, we need it, right? I might do itinerary there to fix this problem, like to verify the itinerary part. How to do that? How to solve it with itinerary though? I am now reading about it. Interesting. Yeah, or we can actually do a fixed path for that. Or we can actually adjust if we are on production. This is really, yeah, we correct the URL if we are on production, but how do I know actually? How do I know if I'm on production or not? Maybe about the environment variables for like prod or not, but I don't want to use it there. The entry points is the main path. What language is it? All right. So Quintessential said maybe if you just do it like that. Put the downloads in the assets folder. Yeah. All right, but let me check. So the dist here has assets, right? Interesting. Yeah. We might want to take it again and check, right? All right, cool. That's actually a good idea. We might want to take it from public again and paste it into assets. Then therefore assets will be always available for us on production as well on the correct path. So here should be dash assets / downloads, and wherever it comes in downloads folder. And then this assets, I need to build again to see if that's the same thing. So let me npm run build, and at the same time I need to test it out. Yeah, for development or for actually prod, I think assets will always keep its file correctly. So it will be always dist assets, and then, oh, it's actually not working properly. Let me see. It built the dist, but the dists have assets, and the tracks, where are the tracks? They are not there. For some reason, they are not there. Actually, you know what? Let me run the application first. Oops, npm run dev. And I will try again. Interesting. They are not read. Permission policy violation. Computer is allowed to do in this document. What does that mean? What is the base.js part? Actually now, so assets should be available, right? Assets should be available. Let me see what I did here, and we will go to the develop and check what we changed here. We changed this file where it was add/assets. All right, makes sense. All right, so in terms, I'll just do it like this, and I'll just try again. 1 second. So this is components, assets, downloads. This should work. Yeah, this should work. I see them, but also I should be able to build them. npm run build into the assets folder, which is here in this, and then assets should have them. Otherwise, if they are not there, then there is a problem. Yeah, they are there now. So asset is available. Yeah. The problem is that happening now is that it would be beautiful if it worked like this, but it's not working actually like that. Oh, wait a second. It's not working like that. What I'm thinking is just that I need the same path here and there, but all right, I'll check something out. 1 second. I'll check actually how to access the I'm checking actually how to access like the environment variables for not environment variables, but to know if you are in production or dev. I think there's something called import.meta.env, and then you can get directly the mode, right? And yeah, finally solve this problem. Thing is that import, this is what I'm thinking about it. So there should be a constant probably here in my constants, right? That is basically like this. So yeah, export mode, I'll call it like that, just to be just on the correct part. By the way, it should be a const. I just forget that part. Then we'll just do development, or we can actually check again for import .meta.env. I'm gonna check 100% is equal to production, then therefore production. Otherwise it should be, let me just do this, it should be development, and this one also needs to have another one which says nothing, right? So this should be there, but actually what could be the mode? That it's not if it's not production, it should be development. Otherwise nothing here, basically should be fine. But interesting. Yeah, they don't have overlap, I know, but I need to actually get them. What you guys suggest? Should I use that mode actually? Hey, good night, Nicola. Type writing down your thoughts before doing anything. It helps. Yeah, it makes sense actually, your advice here. I see that 70 people watching. Can you comment, guys? Can everybody in here watching comment? Say, for example, I'm from somewhere. I need to know, because actually I'm doing I'm getting asked a lot about where are these people from, which is really good to know. And maybe I will have a plugin someday that shows where is the most people following from, which will be helpful for me also to know what to speak, what to do, also if they are students or not, to also know exactly what they need to know when they are watching, which is cool. Yeah, so I think I'm doing something wrong here, because are you able to use Git pilot? For now, no. But I was thinking actually to just get this part, but I would actually delete this part. I would either do development or production, which we don't have another state in this case, right? And then back here, not here actually, over here, not there. Then to go back to our problem where we actually do the helper function or util function, yeah. Not this one, helper utils, yeah. And based actually on the, you know what, I will return them into public, because I know that will work 100%. So here, assets, this is gonna be in public folder. Yeah, so nothing will change about that. And then I would say exactly what I was having here. Public download work for development, which is nice, but this is also based on if you are on mode of development or not. So this is one needs to be imported, and if you are on mode of mode equal development though, development, I know that this is kind of like not the best way to approach this, but seems like something that it might work here, and then I know exactly what to do. So here's the download.dat, because then I know exactly. So this might work perfectly actually. Let's see if that will be something. First of all, I need to try this out. It says import metaglobe is not working. Import metaglobe, if mod development, then public. Let me just do this very fast. Yeah, it's not VS Code, by the way, what I'm using now. So it doesn't like the import.meta part. Invalid glob syntax, could not use literals. Interesting. Huh, man. Interesting. Okay. Then blobs path or noises path, just to be correct here. And then here I will just use that path, noises path directly, right? No overload. Needs the global string options, blah 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 blah. What seems to be actually wrong about this? Promise unknown, noises path does not exist on type of string array. It's not a string array, it's just a string, by the way. Interesting. So that works fine, but whenever I put this one here, so this is just a string. Whenever I actually pass it into the blob, it doesn't like it as an argument, so that's why. Interesting. Let me actually try something else, like maybe to lowercase it or something like that. That will help. Noisy path, or maybe to string. Yeah, seems to work. All right, but it doesn't like it still. Alright, so now I still have that const problem where unexpected what? It says fail to fetch dynamically model. Yeah. Yeah, so the problem here is with my noise path string. Seems not like this one. It's never reassigned, so const instead, that's fine. What could be the problem, guys, here? I actually don't know. I think you rather need to set a location dev path and production path, same dependent on variable. Yeah, but I put that directly there and it didn't actually work. Yeah, this condition is actually not going to be everywhere. It's just for this case and that's it. And for some reason, yeah, let me go to mod. Maybe I will create a prefix or something like that. And actually I might just use this directly from there because I don't need it to be like that. So that might solve the problem for some reason. Yeah, but now I'm actually doing the let me also try to get rid of the mode part for a second to see if it actually still works with just a string like that, because it seems like that's also a problem. Okay, now it actually still have a problem because there is an asterisk. Oh, because of the asterisk then. You know, the thing that I'm not understanding is that there is no clear failed to fetch dynamically imported models. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, let me actually try this one. More viewers to share. Nice. Yeah, my environment variables actually define where assets are. Our friend here is saying, hey, get rid of everything, just do OGGs. But they are not only OGG, my friend. Let me check with you just again. So here you see the public folders, right? It's just OGG, OGG, OGG. But I have actually, I'm sure that there will be probably some blobs that are not. There's MP3, you see? So maybe we can define two of them. We can define an array of that. All right, let me just try that again. Maybe we can do an array, right? Let me delete that. Okay, let me go to a noisy string over here and do an array of dot everything dot OGG and everything else and dot MP3, right? Does that work? Let me check. It actually doesn't, but that's what you want to do with Essential. If I understood you wrong, maybe you might want to actually explain also. I might also go here and do like that, and I might also go here and do like that, right? But that will only look at the level of the application and not look for public or interesting. Actually, I might actually try again with this mode thingy. Let me try. Where is it? Export const, yeah, import mode. That's the one that was there. And also, what else? We have, yeah, we have that 3 one. Yeah, this is what was there before. And instead, I'll return the whole thing here. Maybe that will work for some reason. I don't know. Problem copy pasting this. Yeah, now it works. Now here we go. So this was starting from download directly. Okay. So this one I will just do like slash downloads, and also here as well. This one I'll just do public. How can I actually do like public anything in between? I think here I should put like double asterisks, right? I think that should work. Double asterisks also here. And then just pass the noise path here. We around that. Delete noise paths. Does that work for some reason? It's still not there's still a problem with the import thingy. Man, sentences import. It says actually the problem is coming up from my index file. It says that above error recorded in the lazy component, lazy match. Interesting. Yeah, let's check that one actually. Console log this. Noises path. But that's the problem now. I probably won't see that working at all because it's not accessing. Right, I will pass one of these just for the sake of it now. See if it works. Instead of this noises app, and I will then wait for that console log. I said this one, right? Be around that. Yeah. I think I will do this one here. That's it. Substituted by this one. And see what will happen now. The application at least will run, but will also console log for me what I'm getting. So it console log actually the correct one. Interesting. Yeah, so here as you see, let me show you. So I copied literally the mode equal development, right? Unless the mode is not development, that's something else. Okay, console log mode. Let me actually go there. Environment, right? Or mode. Okay. Let me see what is the mode. Oh, actually it's development. Oh, I wrote development wrong, I think. Man. It was the mode that is wrong. Oh my gosh. Be around that. See, and I'll just do path. Alright, cool. Then it works, right? Alright, so now still I have the same problem. Okay. The same problem now, but it seems like it's not like an import part. Again, let me just go and see what is happening. Interesting, right? See you tomorrow, Rev. A lot of people actually are exiting the chat. So it worked and then it just didn't work. How can I set up NeoVim easy? You can go to my repo and you will find out a lot about it. So go to my link tree. I think I have it on my profile. Click on my link tree and you will find everything about my NeoVim.files. So let me do it again. So what we actually changed right now is the mode, and we went here and we changed this, right? We said if the mode is development, then we will console log the noises path, right? But before the noises path, let me actually create it actually to be good. This one will be surrounded by that. So I actually know this is the variable that comes from the noises path. And also this mode will be surrounded by like quotes, and also I'll have mode here. Yeah, then this seems to be more healthy. Now the application is working. Thanks, bro. Thanks, oil up, little bro. His name is. What a name. So here, as you see, noises path and mode development. Mode development, that's perfect. And the noise path is somehow going public OGG, which is perfect. So then I see the OGG files here, and they are working fine. The problem is that if it's not developed, if it's production, then it will take something else. But I like what I have here. So I was thinking, yeah, let me actually go here and use the same thing for this argument, right? Or I can just go like this and X that one and just do noises path. The moment that I do that, it tells me invalid glob import syntax could only use literal. So I'm gonna use this one and see what is the problem with it. So it says that I don't know what it is. This means blah 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 blah. Vite cannot just analyze import data, would be preserved for client server, so it will error on time because it doesn't exist. You'd need to a different code approach. Okay, what is the code approach that we need here? Let me actually ask ChatGPT. Maybe that will be good because I asked him before, right? Oh, I actually copied something else. Yeah, this is good actually. It's actually following up on what we need to have, which is perfect. But that's not what I need. All right, I'll just go into a new ChatGPT instance, and I'm going actually to follow up with this one, saying, hey, this code is actually results that. So let's see what it gives us. So now we are using is resulting, and I'll just share the error, right? The error should be just this invalid glob thingy, right? I mean, I don't want to waste a lot of time on this. It's just now that I don't find anywhere to actually solve it. I think AI is the best. So the issue comes from using dynamic array noises. Ah, okay. So it wants to have wait a second, it wants to have double imports. Okay. So imports only accepts one string, therefore doesn't like that if you pass it actually two of them. It says that, yeah, maybe you can do it like this. Interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Interesting. Let me copy this part though. I'll copy the whole thing because this is what we need, and I'll actually use it right now and tell you if it works or not, because honestly it seems like it's having a lot of problems. And we're gonna paste it here. So the import mode is there, the console log mode there, the let sounds asset there, therefore it's getting out of public if it's development, else it's just getting that. And then it console that. Okay, so it gets double basically. The import sounds assets will just get double imports, right? And now for the moment of truth, it kind of works, and it stopped working. Does not provide an export name sound assets. Ah, okay. So by the way, we need to export this for some reason, because export const sound assets, because that should be, or actually not const, and maybe we don't we want to surround this, we want to do this not there. Let me actually do it like this. You cannot export the let, I think, which is wrong, but in this case we can do it still. All right, let me refresh. It works fine for some reason. Let me actually show you this. Yeah, so what we are doing right now, we understood that the import blobs is just sick, doesn't accept what we need to do. So therefore the white noises are there, so I can play one. You can hear it, right? Comment in the chat if you can hear this. A white noise app, yeah. Cool, so it works, that's nice. Right now we need to use this on production and see how it works. Yeah, nice. Maybe I can also show you a lot of other stuff that you can listen to. The text editor that I'm using is just NeoVim, so yeah. So now that I got this into working, I can just delete my console logs. And now we go to do our git stuff. So we just check what we did. So we delete that part, we delete this one, and that's good. Oops, not delete. A comment out, add in a mode variable, pushing that, and we will go to main and just merge develop into it and then push it. Now the things that is rest to do actually just to check about this public part. So this public, this downloads part, interesting. Yeah, downloads should be actually available directly for us in public folder when we build the application. So what I'm gonna do now is just try to build it just for fun. And this actually will trigger us to see if the download actually folder will contain our OGG files. So now we can go here and see assets. There's nothing, but now there's assets with layouts and there's downloads directly. So here also the asset is kind of like loading them for some reason. So we have double loading. That's why it takes a lot to do this. So what I'm going to show you now is just this, the application where we have it after deployment basically. And I have a problem with deployment because we will lose our profile kind of. All right, so now I need to nice, cool. Let's wait for deployment while I read your questions. Hopefully you have good questions. JavaScript or C# for no web developer? What is your path? What do you want to do? Do you want to become a web developer or not? By the way, the moment come whenever I actually wait for deployment, I need to check how many are you. So you are now plus 99 followers on my profile, which is perfect. We did today 14.4k, which is amazing. So what we need now is 14.5k, which will be really cool. Yeah, and yeah, if you are new here, please follow. If you're also new to Twitch, yeah, you can go here and follow us on Twitch as well. We have people watching us, and we have how many followers now? 205. We had today Astral and Jude, I think, joining up. Let me refresh this. Let's see. Yeah, but I don't have that much viewers on Twitch though, but you can see the full screen as you see. And also that's it. I mean, now we are waiting for this application to build. We can open here. We can hide debug logs and wait for it. What's your VS Code theme? I'm not using VS Code, by the way. I'm using NeoVim and I'm using TokyoNight. Maybe search for the word like TokyoNight in your, yeah, and then see how it works. So application status updated, which means yeah, we deployed. We can actually check it here, or actually we can go back, check deployments. We need to see success, which is great. Then I'll refresh this one. For sure we'll lose our user for some reason that I don't know what it is. Even though that the database it didn't touch at all, but the front end seems to actually rewrite something about it. Yeah, JetBrains mono font. Actually, JetBrains mono nerd font. Maybe because JetBrains mono font will take you somewhere else. But that's good. Thanks, Quintessential. You're awesome. Yeah. Cool. So now you need to make an account again, which is weird. I know. Fill blah, 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 the name, blah, blah. Here you go. Okay, redirect it. Log in. Here you go. And then, my friends, we have nothing. Interesting. In production, we have nothing. So what we did there for the public part is for dev, but here when we did hey, get them from downloads directly, it didn't work. Why is that? We can actually go to all here and see what we are loading. Seems like we are loading everything. Like, what is this image though? All right, we are loading everything but the OGG files. Might be that they are getting blocked. That's something also that might be happening. So media. Alright, so you see the media here is actually getting the media correctly. So they are there. So if you go like slash here, slash download slash OGG, you will find it. So you see it's there. But that it's not loaded here. Yeah, even though that they are loaded correctly with their path names. Interesting. Interesting actually what is happening here. Let me check if the backend is working. Yeah, it's working. So we are doing a white noise app. I always say this a million times, but you need to follow up to know exactly what is this white noise about. So now the front end is not distributing this anymore. Interesting. Here you go. This seems like it's good. But it's doing public still. Interesting. What is the mode over here? Maybe it needs to be... How did I find the mode then? I thought that the mode will come directly from import meta mode. Seems like that's not working. Alright, then we need to mock actually the front end mode on the front end basically, and we see if that will work. Let's check. Alright. Maybe it's not called, it's still return in development for some reason, right? So what I'm gonna do is npm run build, and then I'm gonna do npm run start. Or actually, you know what? I need, before to do the build, I need to console log the mode again. That should be it. And then I'll just build again and then see what that returns, because honestly, this is weird. Yeah, for me, first time that this happens like this, where the environment variable actually doesn't come up correctly. Yeah. Let me see Twitch chat. All right, so after we built, we can do npm run start, so we can see npm run preview. Sorry, yeah. So preview will be working on this link, which is not working at all, but at least we can see something about it. Probably because npm run preview doesn't do like it does on the backend part. Let me check that. So npm run preview runs only vite like that, which now is wrong because also it needs to maybe run this. Or maybe we can do like preview back, something like that, to just pick up what you are going to do on another side of all of this, everything. So it's gonna be that one again, right? And instead of vite, it will be npm run preview. Very much too much to do, but npm run preview back. This should work as it should be, and now we will be able to see a proper front end, so still with everything in it. But then let me log in. Seems, oh, it is return production. Man, what is the problem then? So that seems to be perfect. So basically this constant part, mode is important, okay. So the root part now is the problem. for that main.ts export. Okay. Helper functions, utils. So this is, we said if mode equal development, then else please do downloads directly. Even though that download seems to be coming up from here in public directly, but it's not reading it. Interesting. Interesting. Now I can only do one thing. I'll just fuck it up like that. What about that, right? Anywhere, please bring me that. Seems like a good thing to do, actually. Let me just do... Doesn't that actually look good, maybe? Even though that I have that here. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't load still. So now I'm actually mocking production. It's not working, so that's perfect. We can actually keep trying until it works. We will keep trying, boys. I am here. Let's see if that actually logs in. Oh, it doesn't. Perfectly done. Is it because I need to build this again? Yeah, for sure. So okay, you know what? PM run build first. Then npm run preview back. So then at least we will see something about that production part. Yeah, so we are on the second part there, but still problematic. Let me just actually delete this one, and also do what I did here on a second ago. And that will be like literally get everything. And what I'm gonna do is just npm run build, and then I will append something to it like end, right? So after that changes, after that completes, please do npm run preview back, and let's wait for that to build. Yep, cool. And now we are running the backend. Perfecto. Kinda big in China. Dude, the Chinese are making a whole apps and mini games from chat prompts. True, actually. I don't think it's possible to make a fully working app with just prompts. That's also true. You want to believe, but they promote this site. Yeah, they did. Who did the ball.new application? I don't know, but it seems epic. Okay, we are into something. Now we are into something, right? Now I need to do something about this. So when I get all the OGGs here for production, what I need to do actually is whenever actually I am getting their paths, right? Let me check. Whenever I'm getting their paths in the yeah, so what is happening now is I'm actually facing the same problem. Let me show you. Facing the same problem where if I do this, it doesn't want to load, even though that this is actually coming with a source. So this have a source, which is this asset. Oh, you see, the download folder is not even there. Interesting. Let me check. Dist assets. What could be the problem here? It should have downloads. Oh, look at that. Because I just run it, it did that. Okay, so what if I just go to fan, for example? That's school forest. it just loads there. No way. So what is loaded in download? Brown noise and coffee. It doesn't want to also load, right? What a mess. There is this guy on YouTube called WebDevGovi who tried vibe coding. Yeah, I saw it actually. I saw his video today. It was good actually. Vibe coding, man. What the hell is that? Yeah. Alright guys, I'm actually really feeling bad. Yeah, it's pushing the downloads into disks. Yeah. It's still pushing it. I don't know what to do here. I need to find a way to do it. Like a way to read this completely correct. I have an idea though. Like literally, if I am production, I will go into the paths. I will go every path that I have there and take off the public from it, because this one is having still downloads in it, right? Assets, and then doesn't have the download for part. But let's check something else. Let's check fire. Yeah. Okay. Do you think, guys, that I just need to throw into assets without the download folder? Do you think that might work? Actually, do you think that if I do this like that, it also might work for both, like for npm run dev? It should work, right? This is the dev environment now. Let me just check. So the dev environment, it should work perfectly, I know. Yeah, it's working fine. So it's getting it correctly, which is awesome. Files in the directory are served at the root path. Oh, so they said files in the directory are served at the root path. Okay, use download C sites directly, huh? But now I don't understand what is in this error. Okay, let me see it again. It will try now to work, right? Okay. So now it loaded everything. It's saying instead of /public downloads blah blah blah, please use source download directly. Instead of if you intend to import that asset, put the file in the source directly and use source/downloads brown noise instead of public download. Source.downloads, are you serious? Does that even work? Okay, let's try it, because maybe they have better idea. So they say, hey, if you want actually to use the download part where we actually put things into public, they said no, take them from public, put them into source. They have downloads there. Maybe here we can name it, rename this to become something else, like, what should it be named, like noises, right? And then therefore we don't have that problem anymore. Yeah, let me try it. Yeah, seems like it's not having any problem with that. Cool, let me try this now. Nice, so coffee also work. Nice. We are using TypeScript here and JavaScript and React. Yeah, I mean, this part, what I'm thinking about right now is probably to get their paths like hard coded and just get rid of everything. But for some reason
This seems to be not a problem for development or production. Everything seems to be working fine. And then I need to just use source. Yeah, I'll leave it like this for now, at least to just see how it works on production, right? npm run build with that one also. So now I will not see how it works on production still, because we changed like the position of how the downloads are or the noises are. So it should be correctly now because it's inside the source folder. Probably might work properly. Let me just show you that. Interesting. Still loading them, but they are not there. Interesting. Okay, let me see actually where did they get downloaded from. And so here in the source folder and the noises, they are loaded fine, but then in the disk they are in assets. They are in assets. Interesting. So what I was thinking actually, that if they are in assets, they should be read correctly if I just put this, right? For production at least. But they don't. Also, there is autoplay part is not working part, so this status is working. Everything from the backend is working. The files are the media part. If I just refresh this, okay, there is no media at all. Interesting. Yeah, there is no media, but yeah, that's fine. I'll just use this localhost part here, which is the prod. Sorry for that. Actually, now they are getting loaded, but you cannot read them. What I'm thinking is that why it might be that they are there, but you cannot read them. Yeah. What do you think is the problem that they are getting blocked to be read? I was thinking actually that it might be also your connection is not secure or something like that, so everything will be not being able to be running. So here I can reset all permissions and let, for example, voices or stuff like that to be working fine. Sounds allow, and automatic download allow. Everything else should be put into allow. Fonts allow. Insecure content allow. Clipboard allow. Microphone, camera, location, not really. Motion sensors, no really. Notification, JavaScript allow. Pop-up and redirection allow. I did everything to be allowed. Okay, cool. Then let me try again. This is the reloading part, and let's try it. Alright, it might be actually trying to load, by the way, and I'm actually blocking it. So I'll see the application part here, and I see also the network part. So I see them now, at least in media, and I see them also on all. I'll refresh this. I'll see what is. Do you see even here the data for how long these are is not there? You see, it's trying to do this, but then it's getting blocked for some reason. So it says, yeah, it's coming from downloads, summer night, blah blah blah. Downloads is wrong, by the way. It should be noises now, right? Unless there's a problem now. 1 second. Public server, source component, noises, API assets. Yeah, I might need actually to just clear the data for all of this and then refresh.
Network. Yeah, it's there, everything, and they are still in this download. What the hell? Even though that this download is not there, so there's a problem. I might want to do this again, npm run build and preview back. So I might actually go check here, assets, tracks, and where is my index.html file? That's good. Yeah, now they are loaded from noises. I hate this, man. Clear this. Yeah, I just cleared the dist and rebuilt, by the way. I don't think that put in noises and assets will work now. Or do you think that... Oh, I specified download folder in the code? No, actually not. I have helper utils. I have now open ones like that, you see? But there was actually now that our friend here said, yeah, maybe put them in assets bag, right? So why not? Let's try that. Let's try npm run dev for sure. That's first. And then see if the dev works. So let me just get that rid of that, and then I'll put two local hosts next to each other. One dev and one yeah, so this is the dev one. The dev one seems to be working fine. Yeah, and by the way, this is 33. Let me see what is the closest to smallest one. 7 is fire. Seems like fire is the closest, like the shortest one. So we will try now that one with npm run build and npm run preview back. So now we will be looking here. It's doing that, so we wait for it. State doesn't use actually local storages. They use literally proper JS, like variables and stuff like that. The CSS libs that I'm using here are basically chat.cn. I'm replying actually to people on Twitch here. Cool. Cool. We said fire is like the shortest one. Interesting. So fire is getting from dist assets and directly assets. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? Super stupid thingy is actually to follow up on ChatGPT part, because ChatGPT actually mentioned that you might want to actually get something involved, like to fix out here. Let me show you. Here it said like sound assets might be actually done there, but then the object of keys of site path, original path, and then fixed path to be replaced by blah 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 blah, right? And then console log sounds, and this is where it will take the public folder from there, but we might want to take the noises folder, right? Because we know that on production it just adds that assets here. We might want to take that assets part, or we just want to check again. So dist assets, and they are there actually. Interesting. Let me just check again. So all the media part, it's trying to load from assets noises, you see, and here it tried to load from assets directly, but here when I run it again, it looked at noises. So we need to do that part. All right, let me do it. I'll just go and edit that part. Const sounds basically here. Is sound assets of path, and then I need to actually set the sound assets to be sounds for some reason. Yeah, so here sound assets equal to sounds, or actually, yeah, let's try that out. Interesting. Yeah. So here we need to just change this one, noises, to nothing and see what would happen. And this is the sound assist.path. Crazy. Awesome at the same time. What ChatGPT can do. But by the way, this one here needs to be inside the else, which is there, because this is when you are in production. You don't want to do this when you are actually doing something else. All right, let me just do npm run build and this again. Yeah, oops, it find the problem here. Said, yeah, sounds of assets of path, type string can be used, and type index of type whatever. No index signature with parameter of type string was found on type. Okay, no type path. Does that fix the thingy? Element implicitly has any type. Unknown. Should fix the problem actually. Blob. Thing is that when I do string, it doesn't want to accept that at all. Cannot be accessed to type of object. Yeah. I'll do record of wherever. String, or we can do record directly. It needs to do the argument though. Might be string, right? Cannot be as an index type. It can be, man, at this point. Yeah, let me check then. Yeah. I'm asking Google here to actually know what is happening. Interesting. Maybe we can actually give the sound assets like a type, kinda, and then this type here can be exactly the sound assets array. But still this one can be done, and still it shows that. So element implicitly has this one here. Interesting. Yeah, let me actually see what is the path here. Path of string, it says. String only refers to, oh, by the way, I should just use as. Let me then pass this path here as a string. And still have a problem. Oh man, not that. I'm trying everything and it still doesn't work, man. Object keys, object pairs, I don't know. Object constructor seems like wrong. Man, what should it be? Object input type, empty object maybe, I don't know. Should be also that fine, but I'm gonna actually just put it as any for now, whatever. And I don't care, right? What's wrong, chat? Yeah, I mean the AI here would help us a lot, but I honestly don't know what to do. But yeah, let's try as any and see if that will work. Because this is a problem with this file sound assets wherever. It doesn't accept for type of any though. So I'm gonna just delete it from here and try again. It might be actually want to also ESLint disable next line and accept it as whatever. still stop there, I think. Yeah. No index signature with parameter of blah 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 blah. This is a ChatGPT part, I think. Oh man, code seems hard. Yeah, it is. It seems hard, but it's not that hard. All right, you know what is also crazy here is that we are trying to solve something that we don't need to do, kinda, right? But we need actually still can use type assertion, kinda, right? Where sound assets will be of type then a record string, basically. Yeah. Let me actually leave that to be whatever, and I will put it here. What is my registry? Where did I actually copy that from? I don't think so. It's from there, but I think. And even this, it's still not happy with us. Yeah, cool. But why are you not happy? Let me just copy this again. We have a problem. Holy shit. I mean, even though that I'm actually writing everything correct, it still finds like a parsing error that doesn't make any sense. I think this is my LSP part. You know what? What would be actually the sound assets returning here in this case? Yeah, let me see. Let me just rename the whole thing, right? So the whole thing is actually only here. And then slash noises, right? What you need to replace. And let's see what that can be actually done. How was the job interview? Hey Ron, actually the job interview was really, really good. I feel like I aced it, but I still need to wait for them to let me know. Yeah. So this is what we probably can use. And that should be working. So we just change the npm path with whatever it returns for us. Like if it returns noises, we just go into the path and just replace it. And we know actually the path and the file name will be actually a part of this import method globe. And then we still return the file at the end. Sounds better than what I was actually doing. Yeah. All right, let's test this out. On production, still not working, so I might need to go and get some sleep. That's it, my friend. Yeah, so it's not actually trying even to get them, even though that now I'm actually trying to load them from the assets directly. It's still not happy with them. And we said that the fire is actually the best one that we can try. Where is fire? Fire. Actually, it might be that the fire name is wrong, because also the fire seems not to have that complicated name for some reason. Or when it builds, actually, it does put like a new name for it. So actually I don't see the fire here at all. Here you go, this is the one, and the build name is just ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. Awesome and not awesome at the same time. Might be also because wait a second. It might also because the dist part, right? Yeah, this is NeoVim, by the way. In Germany right now it's 2:30 a.m. So you don't want to actually have this problem like me, right? So it might be actually all the things that we are having here are actually because of that dist, right? So we might want to actually to replace that as well. So let me actually go here, and I will do something stupid. I will do another replace, and this replace will just replace the /dist part. /dist part with nothing as well, because it might not be needed, right? And then npm run build again and wait. Define it as a constant, set the type. I mean, all good for that. I also need to rest. David, all right, see you tomorrow. And see tomorrow actually I won't be streaming, but on Saturday I will, right? Wait a second, guys, it worked. It worked. Let me show you. All right, that's nice. It worked. Here you go. Now we are coffee, and this is on production because it's for 173. Let's try it. For some reason this works, right? Asset noises, blah 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 blah. Helpers, blah blah blah. Actually, I might want to go to develop to do this. Why am I here? Add in new code for. Oh my gosh, this is stupid what we did, but it works actually for production as well. That's perfect. Add a new code for prod, and the problem is that if I take it right now it won't work. I know, because this folder doesn't exist on wait a second, this folder doesn't exist. It will be reading from the dist folder directly. What a mess. Oh, wait a second, did I actually do regular merge into main? Yeah, fine. Now we wait and see how it works on real production. Yep. All right, that's cool. The thing is that we need a way to bit, and then we see, right? Did you have a lot of data structure and algo in the interview? Not really, Ron. He asked me about to create like a system to highlight text on React. So you have two examples. You have two components, one called text input, and one called text output, and one called highlight text. And you need to make them work together into a way that whenever you type anything into the input, everything updates, so your highlight will be re-rendering whatever you highlighted. And yeah, it was really nice. I highlighted actually the text using the strong like HTML attribute, and that's it. I mean, I didn't, or like you could do like text decoration or something like that. Yeah, this is React, by the way, which is also a cool thing. All right, let's wait for our application to actually go and spin up. All right, so it still didn't spin up. I think Qualify should be the problem, because it's still building for sure. Deployments. Oh, 3 seconds ago finished. It's nice. So now I need to just go here and refresh. For some reason the white noises are there, but
they're not working on production. Let me check. Yeah, I still have a problem. Oh wait, they still actually going from source assets, brownies. Well, that's messed up. Source shouldn't be in the picture. Oh, wait a second, maybe now I was cashing out. I need to sign up. Signed up, sign in again. Do that. I'll show you in a second, guys. No system design, no nothing wrong. Honestly, it's just was, what do you think about like AI or something like that? And we kept talking about AI for like ages. Yeah. And because I finished like the test very fast, like I was like, I actually finished with everything. And he was like surprised that I did all of that, and he was like, okay, then I think that you are good with this. Let's move on. And he moved on to ask me like general question. Do you have a bike? He asked me even, like it was crazy. Yeah. Cool. All right. So actually, I think this will be for another day. I actually think that we did a great job. Also, we gained a lot of followers. Thanks everybody actually who is in the chat. Thanks for the Twitch newcomers also. I really tend to appreciate it a lot. And also I will open up for you the subscribe button. So yeah, I'm not a pro, believe me. But just it was like sudden, like thoughts that came up to become like really, really good, right? So yeah, I just thought about using a reducer. It worked. I thought about using like JSX elements instead of strings to show the highlighted, because if you choose strings and you try to bold them, then you cannot. You will show actually the HTML element as if it's stringed into the output. So it's gonna be really bad situation that you will have. But yeah, nevertheless, it works, right? So that's good. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. Thanks. I really appreciate it. We will be here after tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm gonna take a day off. And we will continue with this. I'll try to solve it myself if I could. Otherwise, keep up. And yeah, good night, everybody. I will wait for your last comments. And thanks a lot for being here. I've been working on this like for around a month, the White Noise app. But yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks for being amazing as always. And see you soon. Ciao, ciao.